Oh, sorry. I was waiting for someone to show up. Hey, guys. All right. Thank you. That level's okay? It looks like it's all right. Yeah. Depeche. All right. All right. We'll give it, I do this 3 or 4 minutes, and then it just makes George have to cut this out. It's actually kind of hard to do after the fact. So we won't go for too long here. Make it easier on him. Okay, Bitcoin, yeah. It's teasing that all-time high. It's just a tease. It's a tricky count in Bitcoin, I got to say. I thought we were going to get there earlier with a big kick and the NQ this morning, but it's, you know, Trump has to keep everything. Well, I won't go there. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Give me 1 sec to get who I got up first here. This is funny. This is Hangman. All right, let me pull out here just a sec so you guys can see this. 1 sec. Okay, let's do it. Disclaim. Got it. Okay, all right. So I know you guys have a bit of a lag because I watch over there. Oh, that was pretty fast, actually. Okay. Okay, quick, just, you know, kind of an intro of what we're doing here. To any of those that are new that join us here, I know many watch this after the fact. So all we do is just demonstrate the methodology that we teach. Right? This is a technical approach that, you know, has been taught to me over many, many years of being in the industry. Kind of like to think that this is a bit of a pay forward. We combine market structure, Elliott Wave, fib relationships, market geometry gives us a methodology, right? We have a particular approach, setups that we look for. Much of it tied to Elliott Wave, but that is, you know, Elliott is not perfect. It's not always there. It's not always giving you something that you can recognize that you can trade. And that doesn't mean we don't trade it. It just means, you know, if that's unclear, that can be a negative, but certainly there's times when you're just not going to know. So that's why we lean on the other components of it. Now, this is interesting. This Oklo, this is all of a sudden a hot trade. I just happen to be, there's a group of option traders here that I kind of interact with. But I put on a trade on this yesterday. So when Hangman sent me something, he was explaining what Oklo was. I think I'm saying that right. Oklo. I thought, God, that's amazing that he's posting this the day after I put on a trade. I put on an option spread here. There's a lot of gamma right here at this high volume. So I put on an iron condor, which essentially, right, for those of you that are option traders, you're basically blocking out a range here, anticipating this is going to stay in that range over the next, I think I did a 10-day. So here, but that's beside the point. So let's get to Hangman's count here. This is a nice looking count. This is, I can see what he's doing here, right? And this would be very consistent. This sweep the low, come back. Now you'd hope, let me get in there a little bit. What you look for here, so it looks like he's not in it yet because his idea here is that we've got a completed impulse, right? Which is very, very solid, right? There's no arguing with that, right? It's a completed impulse, period. I don't care whether you use Elliott Wave or not, right? If you want to say, I don't call them impulses, Elliott Wave. It's an impulse, period, right? So now we look at that and go, okay, well, you know, there's a completed impulse. Where would we anticipate this might go? Now, for his setup here, I like the setup. I think there's some additional risk being added here. You know, again, he may have just drawn this, right? I don't know how precise he was trying to be here. Oh, let's see here. We can probably identify a little order block right here on these on this low because it produced that fair value gap. So let me just get a little. All right, so we get a little order block here. So just so you understand, right? I mean, that's really half the point, if not all the major point of why you want to see these fair value gaps, because it's going to draw your eye to where the order block is, right? Because this is where the orders were that fired, right? That created the displacement, i.e. in fair value gap. So if we come back to something like this, now the thing, Hangman, that I would just caution you, right? Again, it's just, you know, there's no knowing here. It's just looking objectively, say, okay, well, if we're coming down here, look where we are here, right? If we get too far into this gap here, Oh, let's see. I don't want to disrupt your entry. Let's bring this over here a little bit like this, right? So the idea being, if I can now get this back where I had it before, this is, I think he's got visible range here. He does, right? So let's open this up a little bit. Right, we've got this. This is just something to keep your eye. I mean, this is the advantage of, let's do just a gray box, of using volume profile, right? If we get too far, you know, it likes to move from ledge to ledge, right, where it's likely to find support. If we get too far, you can almost see like, oh, we're going to come down here, where we would have this consolidation here. So this is it's a combination of identifying, okay, it's a bit aggressive. Now, if your plan was, okay, well, if it keeps dropping, I'm just going to average down because I'm very bullish of this stock long term. Okay, that's not unreasonable. You know, this would be very shallow for if it's going to be an A, B, C, and we're going to do this as he's implying here through a diag, which of course is very possible. It's a little bit okay. So first, he's looking for the 3. So we've got the impulse here. That's some nice work here, right? We got a WXYXZ. Yeah, that flies, right? So I've got a WXYXZ into the B here, and then I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 via diag. So I get an ABC into a 1, ABC into a 2. Now ABC. Now this is interesting, right? So I'm just kind of observing here. I'm just kind of going through what he's seeing here. Let's put the full boat on here. So in this B, we're coming down here, and it's similar, right? You can kind of. It's always good to go back and say, well, why is the market responding here? Why here? Now I might look at this and say, is Al involved here? A little skinny, right? Likely not, right? So I'll pull this back here, just to reference this. Okay, well, this is, you know, shallow for a B wave between 23 and 38. It's shallow. It's not like it doesn't happen. It's just it happens to be quite shallow. So this may be, right, that's part of what's influencing his thought, oh, well, perhaps we're going to do the same thing here. Maybe, right? I mean, it's kind of a lot to factor in to make that assumption, because more typically, right, I know he knows this, right, more typically we'd be coming down here, right, 50 to the golden zone. That's where we would look for, anticipate, whether it's a 1, 2. Excuse me, whether it's a 1, 2 or an AB, right? We would anticipate it a little bit lower, right? That's, as I say all the time, market is under no obligation to do anything ever, right? It's going to do what it's going to do. We're just trying to anticipate, well, you know, fuck, what does it usually do? So you look over here and go, oh, shit, well, it was shallow over here, so it's probably going to be shallow over here. The market doesn't, that's not a pattern that you would want to lean into, right? This is a little Abby normal. We're going to have Abby twice, maybe. I kind of like the idea if his thought is that he's going to average down. So if you're buying up here, you're assuming, okay, well, we had a pivot between 23 and 38 here. Let's assume the same thing here. If your thought is, okay, well, I'm going to nibble here, but I'm going to continue to layer in all the way down to perhaps golden zone, right, where we have this massive amount of volume. Okay, you're going to end up averaging down. So what my suggestion to you, Hangman, would be to go light on the entry here. Now, you say, well, but fuck, man, what if I'm right, and it goes, I'm going to miss if I go light here. Well, you know, as you are acknowledging here, I'm going to push this off. If you pivot, and well, let's go into what he's got here laid out. So I would want to see this, something else has to happen here, right? This would be a fractal, right? So you could use that. You need something to identify whether it's a breaking that high, breaking something that's going to happen here. You need something to confirm, oh, okay, the market structure has shifted, right? Because right now it's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I got to have a change in that market structure before, and this probably, you know, that took me a long time to learn. It's probably the biggest mistake people make, right? They want to get in here because, oh, look, but if I get in here, I'm going to make more and I'm going to lose less. That's true, but you're going to take so many more losers along the way because the market is not, right? You don't know, right? You don't know that that's going to be the pivot. You need something to kind of arm you. So this would be, you know, I would think significant. Can we get a little structure shift here, right? And just, you know, typical market structure kind of stuff, right? Oh, okay. Well, because remember here, this inverse fair value gap, kind of did its job, right? It was a fair value gap here. Now we're back. Now it's inverse, right? We're going to head lower. I like this setup here, but same thing, right? If I'm going to enter here off of the structure shift, I may not want to go full boat here. Or, fuck, it's a $50 stop. Maybe buy a little stock, maybe a little option, a little combo there. Whoops. So you can get a little more leverage. But if we're going to go 1, 2, right? If this is AB, we know what we're anticipating here. We're anticipating an impulse. So, lay it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I'm not sure what he had going on here, but something along those lines here, because there's going to be an opportunity to add if you're right. Let's get this up here, something like that. 1, 2. Now you're hoping, right, as I just kind of drew it, that there's something here that you can lean into for your entry. Certainly you've got the point of control right here. Again, that's visible range. So be mindful of, what you're doing when you're working with visible range, right? Because things move, this changes as you move around the chart. 1 up, down. That's just the textbook. Stop under the low. Because your assumption now is that with that break that this is now a protected low. That's your assumption. That doesn't mean the market's going to do it. It just means that I've got good risk reward here, right? So I can do this and do this, right? If that's my pivot, I say this every week, right? Here's what kills more traders than anything else. Well, I give it some more room. Well, it's in the pivot, right? So I'm going to go on the other side of that high volume node. Well, okay, so it's coming down the golden zone. Okay, so I'm just going to go on the other side of the golden zone. All right, and now you've just created the opportunity to really do some damage to your account. Always, 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 right? Forever and a day. This has to be just habitual. Always better to take the jab here, right? Don't give them your chin because they'll take it. Yeah, right. As I've said many times, right? The market punishes mistakes. It's an unbelievable capacity to do this. You start moving your stop, that's mistake number 1. Market will punish you, if not on this trade, on the next one, because you get away with it, you'll do it again. Period. It's human nature. Oh, I got away with it last time. Oh, fuck, that thing's not coming down. No way. Oh, we're not going past the golden zone. We're not. Oh, 707. Here's the POC data. Right? It's just because you don't want to get stopped out, right? Your ego gets involved. Like, no, I know that thing's going up. Happens every day by the tens of, not hundreds of thousands of traders, right? They just couldn't take the jab. So they take the knockout. It's just how it works in the markets, right? You can fight it. You can argue with me. You're going to experience it, right? All I'm trying to do is save you some pain and some time. And, again, as I've said this for many years, I was that arrogant asshole who said, no, I'll figure this out myself. Boy, did I take the hard route. Sorry, guys, the fucking allergies here just absolutely destroy me. So I love the setup here. I like your thinking, but let's hold off here. Don't take the pivot low, right? Even if you get a swing low here, if you get a sweep of the low, right, which you had kind of set up here, if you get a sweep of that low, oh, good, right? That's the first sign of like, oh, potentially I've got a pivot here because we swept some liquidity here. Let this happen first. Right? Let this happen and then take the little retrace. But what if it doesn't retrace? Well, welcome to trading. What if it doesn't? Right? If it doesn't, well, maybe you're going to get into the 2. Maybe you're going to get a shallow 2, right? There will be a retrace here. If nothing else, if we sweep this, what's that? It's break of structure. What do we anticipate? Not what do we know? After a break of structure, we would anticipate, oh, well, why do they do that? Why do we anticipate that? You think there's any liquidity up here? Yes is the answer, right? So grabbing that liquidity, right? So the breakout traders get all rock hard. They think, oh shit, I've got it, right? And where's the liquidity, right? It's below, it's not above, right? So where do the algos need to come back to grab liquidity, right? They need liquidity below. So if it's that, and then 2 flies in here, that's why, right? It's they're seeking the liquidity, not to fuck you, not to run your stops, right? It's like, where can they put size on in the market? It's not about running your stop. You have to try and anticipate what they are likely to do, right? Because with the size they're trading, right, they've got to go in where there's high volume, right? So these high volume nodes should be important to you. Where can they put size and not disrupt the market? Right. I mean, this is pretty rudimentary stuff, right? You got to wait for this, right? Because otherwise you don't know, right? I draw this many times. Get this out of here, right? You don't, and this is common, right? I used to do the same thing, right? So you come here and you're like, oh, that's it. Oh, I'm sure that's it. Okay, well, oh, that's it for sure. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Fuck. Okay, that's it. I'm sure that's it. Fuck. Right? Until you get this, you're fighting the odds, right? And you're fighting the trend, right? The short-term trend. You've got to get that break of structure. You've got to get something to change here to tell you, oh, now I might be ripe. It doesn't mean you might not get stopped out. It just means the odds just got better for you, right? And that's all we can get. That's all we get. That's all you're given ever in the market, ever, is the slight perception in your own mind that you've got an edge. If you're buying it here, what's your edge? You don't have one. Oh, but the trend's up, right? Which trend? The daily trend, the 15-minute trend, the 30-minute trend, the 4-hour trend. There's a 4-hour chart. Is that trend up? Yes. Are we in the process of a retracement? Yes. If I go down to a 15-minute, what's the trend? All right. Is that an uptrend? Oh, it's a short-term downtrend, right? You see the same thing happening here. None of these have been broken, right? There's no change of market structure. So why are you fighting that? Well, I read something that this is going to be a great stock, right? I should really get in. So why is it going down today? It's that great. Maybe it's just today. Maybe it's just going with the tide of the market. You've got to plan it out and set it up so that there's no hesitation when it happens. I know it's easy to say. Good post there, Hangman. Good work here. Now this would be a good one to. Well, it'd be interesting because I'm trading it, so I'll be watching this as well. But again, I put on an iron condor, just traded it a little differently. Something to watch here. It's a good one, right? Good pick, right? Interesting company. Okay. Let's see. I got Wonka coming at me. Hang on. Okay, a couple from. Oh, thanks, Wonks. A couple from X. I still call it Twitter. Okay, so let's go back here. All right, bear with me, guys. Okay, so Cryptogenis, I have this up because this is the brutal count. For the Elliott Wave traders, hey guys. Okay, who's that? That's Frank the Tank. All right, glad to see you back. All right, this count is a motherfucker, right? This is just for an Elliottician. This is like what? You don't, it's a bit of there's a little bit of a wag here. You're kind of working off of what's the implied structure. Okay, well, that sure looks like a 3. There's no arguing about it at all. That's a clear impulse. That's corrective. There's another impulse. That's corrective. This, it still looks like a 3, another 3, another 3, and then a 5. So what do you do with all that? It's kind of a clusterfuck, right? I think really you got to pull back and look at this and go, okay, I'm going to take this off here just so I can get a better look at this. Okay, well, he's framed it out pretty clearly here with this. Oh, we could just do it like this. Okay, so a little push below here. We're going back to 2022 here. But since then, God, what happened to Ethereum? Is it A, B? Well, see, Cryptogenis, I'm not sure I follow you here with the B. It looks like the B would have to be here. So there'd have to be some sort of A, B, C into that B. It kind of disrupts the thing, but I see what you're trying to do here. We can look at this and we go, oh, okay, well, we know what happened there, right? That's just liquidity sweep. Now, this is the kind of thing that I'm trying to point out to you guys. Do you think the breakout traders got a little excited here? How do we know that was just liquidity grab? Look at but see, they always make the same mistake. They think, oh, that was the resistance. Okay, so we're going to break it by a tick. Fuck, I'm going hard. I'm going long, right? Same thing over here. Oh, they broke it. Oh, fuck, I'm going. Now, you think the same thing's likely to happen over here? Oh, it's going to break out. I'm going. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying you have to recognize that entering the market at these pivots is I say this a lot. I mean, it just shows a lack of experience in the markets, and it's going to be expensive. You don't be a breakout trader. I know there's people that do it successfully, but particularly if you're watching this live stream, you're looking to improve your trading, right? This is one way you can improve it dramatically. Do not buy at pivot highs and lows, or buy at pivot highs and sell at pivot lows. It's just never worth it. Never, ever, 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 ever has there been a trade where you thought, oh God, because all it does is reinforce the bad habit. And you'll do it again and again and again until you go, motherfucker, man, I'm not doing that anymore. Right? And then it has to become like blood deep. Like you've sacrificed so much of your blood capital that it just becomes deeply ingrained in you. I do not buy breakouts, period. You're welcome. You can thank me later. What's going to happen here if I break that, right? Well, number one, it's break a structure. Where I say this a lot. You think where's the liquidity? Is there liquidity up here? Where are they going to refuel to take it higher? Not up here. There's nothing up here. They got to come. That's why the break of structure. That's why we do this. This is where they refuel. This is where they suck retail in. Even if I don't care if it goes that far, it will come back because they're going to need fuel. It can't keep going. If you're a bull, you want it to come back because that shows that they want to refuel. If they don't come back, right, it's getting worse and worse and worse, right, for you to be chasing it, because eventually they're going to need to refuel, and they're not doing it up here. Don't take my word for it. Go back and look at 25 charts today. Just click. Just go right through them. Right, go to the hard pivots. See what happened. Right? Can you identify this kind of thing happening over and over again? Yes, you can. You will. I don't care what 25 charts you pull up. They're all going to show you the same thing. Only retail does that. Thankfully for us, right? We know what they're doing there. You don't think the hedge funds, the algos, and the major institutions and banks know that retail is going to do that? They've been doing it for 100 years. You think they're going to stop now? No. Fortunately for us, they are not going to stop, right? Because they're conditioned to do it. It's when it's safe, when it's going up. Okay, so let's get in here just a little bit. Jeez, I get on a rant here. My guys keep telling me, don't talk so much on the first few, man. You give 20 minutes to the first couple, and then you give 3 minutes to the last few. Okay, so he's going with a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. All right, that's okay. So there's a 50% retracement here. I like that, right? So it's like, okay, where do they usually go? Where's a typical retracement? Well, this one is a little shallow here. That's a completed impulse, so that's not the 50. What are you pulling there? What are you? Not sure what you're doing there. Because here's my pull from this low, right? If that's a completed impulse up here, do I have this right? I do, right? So there's that. So we didn't quite make the 50 here. We made the 38. I'm not sure where his 50 came from. Okay, well that's all right. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's much dispute about that. Shallow here again. Look at this, shallow again. The C down here is pretty hard to miss, right? So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we get a good. You could do it either way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That 4 is too big, but this is not quite, right? So you might have to do, it almost doesn't matter at this point here. This is the corrective structure, and whether you're going to count it here or here into this, that has a better 3. Oh, shit, you might have to do a WXY there. Does it matter, right? It's more only for the purist Elliott's. Purists of Elliott Wave, right? Would it matter? that could be WXY. It doesn't matter. It's a 3 that goes into a low down here. We sweep the low. You can see the imbalances here. Why does it stop there, right? That's always the question. Why does it stop there, right? Well, we can see why. Here's the imbalances. Is it, just out of curiosity, Al's always involved, right? Where is he? There he is. Right, working off a secondary pivot, right to the golden. You probably can't see that, but if I wiggle it, it's right into the golden, right? And then here's the target up here. Al's always involved, right? You got to find him. So let's get that out of here. Okay, so coming out of here. Well, we have to be mindful of the potential. Oh, come here, right? This could roll over again. We could, and you got to consider, like, well, if I'm wrong, what's it going to look like? Was this WXY, something along those lines, coming deeper? You got to think it through. Like, it's like chess. Okay, well, if this doesn't happen, what is my opponent likely to do? Is he going to move his, bishop over here to, right, to kind of to challenge my queen? Right? I mean, what's going to happen here? Do I have a one? This looks pretty solid, but that certainly could be an ABC going in there. Let's go to a 1 here. This, and he's done a nice job here. 1, 2 with the internal. See, this is where I say you got to change the colors, right? So you can make that distinction between them. Again, maybe it's just me. 1, 2, 3, clearly the 3, clearly the 4, 5, right? So I've got a completed 1. Let's take that down a degree. WXY, good, right? So again, shallow, but look where it pivots, right? The question is, why did it stop there? Why there, right? Well, at least that's what that's what occurs to me. Why there? If I can't figure it out, then I'm a little less comfortable with it. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I understand why there. Again, it's shallow, right? ETH is just not playing good Elliott ball, right? So we're going to do a 2 again here, again between 23 and 38. Unusual, right? So, okay, so is this ABC? Could be. What are we doing here? Oh, diag? It's getting a little squirrely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't look like I've got a 5 there, or like I've got it done as an ABC. Well, there's no question about what's happening here, right? We got a nice little trend going here. Use the geometry for it. Well, let's keep an eye on liquidity, right? Well, this has actually already been tapped, right? So here's the tap, right? This is filling this liquidity here. It's less relevant, right? It's already been tapped, right? So I would keep that loosely aligned over here, but I've got a big order block above it, right? We can literally see the order block here. Oh, let's do, oh, there we go. Okay, all right, so I've got a big order block sitting right here that led to all of this displacement. We come back, right? So it's right by the, the market structure playbook, right? So here's the imbalance, right? Here we go. So, oh. This just feels like it's gone too far to me. So I don't know that I would label it that way. I might do it this way, that we have some sort of a wacky flat here. It really, you got an ABC there. Can we get actually a 5 into that? Maybe. Well, if we look at it, right, if we start to break it down, right, does it hold up, right? If you start to break it down, can we get away with that? I don't know, to be honest. Looks like we can. Okay, all right, so 1 A, B, C into the 2, 4, it's a little wacky, 2. Well, you might even have a, let's just hang on a second here. Could this be W, X, Y into a triangle? Well, let's hold this here just for the time being. That's tricky. ETH has been, it's just not playing good, Elliott. But I'd rather be a little more conservative here in the count rather than be wildly bullish. So if this is, let's get this out of here. Are we technical here? Maybe. You know, a lot of times with Elliott, what you're going to do, you're going to end up going, well, it could be. Just the market has to give you more. Is there enough here, right? I mean, is there enough here to say, yeah, I'm in? Well, already, right? This is a wag. There's no clear. Well, I see it. Maybe that's ABC. I don't know if I finished this right. Maybe I've got ABC here into an X. Maybe I'm going to go ABC1 into another diag, right? It's just not. There's not enough here to say, oh yeah, I feel it, I see it, I recognize it. Let's go. No, I'm never saying don't buy it, right? If you're inclined to buy it, go for it. Just be sure that you're clear on why you're buying it, what your target is, and where do you confirm that you're wrong. It just doesn't. Well, let's be sure we get clear of Al. We are. Al's broken on this side. That's a good sign. But it's like, God damn it, that's annoying. Impulse 3. Impulse maybe, right? I would wait. It's just me. I want ETH to go, right? Because it takes many of the alts with it, but that's not quite there yet, in my view. My view, right? It's just my opinion. I would sit on that and let it show me, right? If it's going to do this, and we're going to start to go here, and this is going to be a 1-2, okay. What do I know with a high degree of confidence? That if we break that, let's just do a gray box here. If we break this, what do I have here? That's new all-time high, right? That would be a break of structure. Where do we anticipate we could reload? Could be, right? Often, right? Prior support becomes, or prior resistance becomes the support. Very possible. You could see that. So why not wait for it? Some sort of, oh, this would be, God damn, that would be. Well, here's another example of why you want to change colors and fonts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would give me the 3 up here of this 1, 2. Does that seem realistic? Well, where do they usually go? One, two. Oh, we're gonna get all that. You see what I mean? It's just it's not quite. It's not showing you like this was a good impulsive move, but now this, it just feels like chop. Like all we're doing is just dealing with all of this. We're not through it yet. It's indecision. Are we going? Or we're not going. We're going. We're not going. When it's like that, why put money at risk? Certainly would not be a good time to use any leverage, right? You don't know which way that's going. Right? That's probably too long on that one again. All right, that's what I tend to do. All right, it takes me a minute to warm up, right? I see that's a hold, right? Like it, love it, long term, but right now I don't see an entry there. Okay, let's go to Depeche and what he's got here, CELR. Okay, let's see what he's up to. Love Depeche's work. He does really detailed TA. It's great to learn from him. And he posts a lot, right? So when he's posting, pay attention. Okay, all right, so can this get any sexier? Okay, so we got an impulse up into it. What note here, he's telling you, do we know it's a 1? No, we can we would prefer it's a 1. Right now, note here we're on the weekly. What makes this interesting? Well, so again, I like to do this just for all the Elliott Wave headers. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Does it? We're not going to get perfect impulses in 2025 anymore, right? Right? No 5s and 3s. Not today. We're way too sophisticated for that. Well, what happened here? Thought with that 3, right? Well, this is Elliott Wave at its finest, right? So if this is not going to be the pivot, and we're going to launch into the 3rd here, what are my options of what this could be? Also note where we are. Right? I'm assuming you all see that we're right in the golden zone. So all of these got close in the pocket. Can you buy that? Well, that's a weekly. Let's go down to the daily. Okay, what are the conditions, right? You want to have a bit of a checklist, right, for an entry model. You don't have to just have certain things that give you a little bit more conviction to pull the trigger, right? Do we get a liquidity sweep, right? That's almost always, because who's selling here? Retail, right? The breakout traders, right? Just as we were just talking about. Look at all the pivots. Just go back. Don't take my word for anything. Go back and look. Is that what's happening here? Are these liquidity sweeps where larger players are entering? Again, you don't have to take my word for anything, right? Just go back and look at your own charts. So we bang the 65 here. We get a little reaction. Now, if you're being really disciplined, right? Do we have enough here? Because look what we have here. Right? This is important here. Swing, retrace, swing, retrace, swing, retrace. How do I know that that's the low? I can have an inkling, right? It's because of the liquidity sweep. Okay, good start, but is that enough? Or do I need to go a little higher and see something like this? Right? Do I need to see that, right? That would confirm it. It becomes a breaker block for those of you that are, into all of that kind of ICT stuff, right? So you can look at it this way and say, okay, well, sitting right there, that's just an order block, right? The anticipation would be, come here, right? We're going to go up into it and we're going to come down. Well, if we go beyond it, right, then, right, that's an order block turned to a breaker block, right? So just the other side of an order block, right? So if we're going to go, 1, 2, well, it would make sense. So see, that's the point. Why does it stop here? If you're going to enter here, you have to have a reason. It can't just be, well, fuck, I don't know, it looked like it was pretty good there. There's got to be something technically that you can lean into. So when you go back and you're reviewing your trades, it's like, why did I enter there again? What? Oh, right. Oh, I now remember. Is that an impulse, right? Well, let's go down to a 1, see if we have anything. Oh, shit, he already did it. I should have known, right? He would do that. Right, so that's a feature in here that still, it doesn't show on 1 degree, but if you go down and it shows here, I've got to figure. George has told me how to do that a couple of times. Yeah, you do it over here. Anyway, right? I digress. So, kind of a right. Well, if that's a diag, right? You can understand why does a diag look like that? Because it's such a fight between bulls and bears, right? There's no sense of trend yet. It's like bulls, bears, bulls, bears, bull, but nobody can decide here. There's no conviction on either side. Oh, that's it, right? So what happens on? Look at right, again. Just it should just get into your brain, right, to where you cannot not see it, right? Do you see what's happening on each of these sweeps, right? Up. What is that? Break of structure. Oh well. Technically, right, it would just be a change of character, a market structure shift. Oh, I got a higher high. What happens next? Retrace. Oh, I got a higher high. Oh, fuck, retrace. Who buys right here and right here? Same people that sold right here. It's not that they're stupid. They're just inexperienced. They don't know what they're doing yet. So, right, what we got here, right? That doesn't look like it's done, right? If the count is correct, right, per the, it's a diag, I got a straight 5 down, right? And I got a 3 here. And we're right into an order block, right? So you could say, I wonder why it stopped there. Well, okay, I can see a reason. That doesn't mean it has to hold there, right? Of course that could break, but I can understand why it's struggling there. which you want to at least in your own mind go, oh, okay, I get it. Geez, he's probably got this down on a smaller degree too. All right, but if I do this, let's go super small and let's take that one up. All right, could that be what I'm looking at? And if you're not an Elliottician, right? If you're an Elliottician, you might look at this and go, well, okay, well, fuck, I could have an expanded B. Because if you've got your Elliott hat on, there's no getting around this, right? That's a 5 all fucking day, right? You're not going to go, oh, I'm going to turn it into something. No. That's a 5 all day. You're just stuck with it, right? The market is talking to you here. So why are you fighting that? What's the discount premium? What's the trade here? All right, here's the swing. Are you buyer or seller? Where's the better risk reward? I am not saying to sell it, but I'm saying that would be a thoughtless place to enter long. Right? This might have been good down here. Oh, maybe we're going to get a B. All right? I got a 5 down. I got a 5 up. Oh, maybe I can get a B here and I can get golden. Oh, you didn't quite get there. You got right in the pocket where you stumbled a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a B, right? I got an A, B, C. Now, nothing says, right, again, market's going to do what it's going to do, but I've got something here I recognize. Do I want to short that? Not really. I want to buy it down here, just like he does. I want it to come back down to the golden. I want to buy it, not sell it. But gun to my head, if I got one trade to take here, I'm sure as fuck not buying it. I'll sell it, put my stop up here. One tick, that's all you need. This is where I'm going for. 3.8 to 1. Why would you not take that trade? Serious question. Why would you not take it? Well, it's going up so much, right? I was uncomfortable taking it. The trade you're uncomfortable taking is the trade you want. The one that looks, fuck, man, this is going, I'm going to load on that. That's the one to catch yourself. The one that you're a little bit, okay, well, it makes sense to me. I see the risk reward. I understand the pattern. I know that that's clearly a 5. Again, market's not obligated to come down here, right? But if I'm going to take that trade, I'm fucking selling it. I'm not buying it. Nice one, Depeche, right? So this is, you're going to kind of, one of the things that kills more traders is impatience, right? They can't fucking wait. Like, oh, fuck, I got to wait to the 18th or 19th of this month. Fuck, I need that money now. It's good stuff, Depeche, right? Usually always very thought out, right? He has a nice way of he lets the chart talk to you, right? So then, which the charts are always talking to you, right? If you can listen and hear it. Where he wants to buy it down here, same as I would. Let's buy it down here. I don't know that I need to give it that much, right? I may not want to. I'd give 707, and if it gets stopped out, I'll come down, right? Again, always better to take the jab, right, than the uppercut to the jaw. Take the little loser, right? It's so much easier. Oh fuck! All right. Stop this jab. Okay, do I like it better down here at 787? You got another order block down here, right? Probably down here. Do I like it better down here? Maybe I like it here. I don't know. What does this look like, right? This is the key. What does this look like? If I've got that, okay, well then, oh, can I get that in there? Maybe I can't, right? Then this, oh, I can't get it. Then I'm looking for this. Pop, right? Sweep the high. That's the one. But you got to wait for all of this to happen. Frustrating. And people go, no, fuck. All right, let's just buy it. They need a little dopamine. And you get it every time you pull the trigger, right? Dopamine flies to your brain. All right, great stuff, Depeche. CELR, I don't know this one. Oh, is that, well, what the fuck? Should know that, but I can't place it. Okay. Bu7 Amani 93. I know I'm not saying that right. That's bugging me. I know what CELR is, but I can't remember. Hang on. The market did nothing. It's not. It's been weird trading, right? The market's just on hold. Buse 7, Amani 93. Let's get this going. What's he got? Ooh, we're going orange. Okay. Oh, that's right. You like orange. I forgot you did. All right, so heads up. You got an orange screen coming at you. Oh, man. B7 Amani, I might need to, whoa, I might need to change that. Nothing, nothing but respect for your work. I'm not trying to change your work here. I can't see it same way. Kuwait Finance House, 1 hour. Oh shit. God, is all your stuff in? Well, I've got a gray one here somewhere. Gray. Let's see. Maybe that's why I can't see your stuff. Is it there? Fuck me. Oh, you didn't. Okay, you're just doing levels. I got it. Okay. I was looking for an Elliott count. All right, so then I can go back. I can go back to what my brain gets more comfortable with. Okay, all right. So. Okay, well, so first, if I'm looking at something like this, like, okay, good, right? I don't have any context, right? I got to pull out to a daily and say, okay, what are we looking at? Where are we here? So, for example, is there any hesitation in anyone's mind as to what I would tell you about that right there? Would you want to buy that? Or would it be a bit closer to what happened here? I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I'd like to think you know what I would tell you there. That's the single worst place on the chart to buy the market. There is no worse place on that chart to enter the market long. Not one. That's it. Number one, well, that's the wrong way to say it. I would strongly advise against it. A la everything I've been saying for, I don't know, 6 years. Okay, let's go out a little bit further on this. Let's go to a weekly, see where we are here. Okay, so I'm going back to, what did we start this thing in, 93? God, that's a hell of a fifth, if that's what that is, right? Well, okay, well, we can kind of see this is pretty clearly, right, as consolidation. Absolute truth in the market. From consolidation comes expansion, right? That will never change. That's the universe, not just the charts. All right, so what would we do with this? Well, this pivot looks interesting to me, so I wonder, is that technical? I'm not sure. Is it? Never looked at this before. I don't need to. I know they're going to. I know Al's going to be there. This looks like it might be a 50. Yep. Always there. Does not matter what time frame, what asset class. Al is always going to be there. There he is. Okay, so this algo here got paid. Look at the pause here, right, as it takes first profit. And here's second target. Third to go. Is there an Elliott count that we can put on here? Well, if I work off of this, oof, looks like I can get a 1-2 in there. Well, this is kind of gnarly. I can't say I like that, but let's see if I can get something to fly out of that. That looks like 3. Oh, that's a bummer. You're going to have to do it that way. Okay, so let's, now that we know his Al is in here, of course he's in here. All right, so here's your completed impulse here. And, you know, I mean, I don't say this shit just for fun and giggles. I'm trying to help you. So, let's go with white here. Let's come all the way back. See, did we get a 50? Yeah, so this would likely be how you'd count it, right? Because of that. So you'd think that that would be a 2. Interesting, right? If we pull from the 2 here, we get a golden, right? Why would I give that any weight? Because they used it, right? The algo used it, right? So we can see it right here, right? You want to use pivots that you can identify that the algo used, right? So it used it, right? There's the 50, right? First, second, third. Right? We got all those targets. So it's worth considering if I'm here and I'm like, I didn't quite get there. But if I use the 2, interesting, right? So that's a secondary pivot, but clearly, significant to the market. So if I pull this back to the, God damn it, come here. 2. Guess we're going to take that off now. All right, so here's the, are we going to challenge the 1? No, we're not, right? What is the easiest thing to spot is the 4. We stop progressing the trend, right? Just, we consolidate. Oh, are we going down or are we going up? Of course, I'm not saying that couldn't go higher. I'm just saying that's not where you want to enter, right? So let's get this out of there. Sure looks like I got a 1-2. Let's go down to the daily. That sure looks like a good 1. So let's label it. Why not? 1, 2. That's not going to work, right? So we have to go into another 1, 2. Because we can see it, right? You can just go, oh, could that be, oh, could that, oh, no, that's not going to work, right? So let's come back. One, 2. Oh, do I need that? I think I might need this here because I've got a 3 there. WXY looks like it's cleaner. Well, then let's go up a degree here. Oh, fuck me. Come here. Sure looks like another 1, 2 going in here. This is the benefit of Elliott Wave, right? That there is no other technical approach gives you this, right? If there was, I'd teach it. There is nothing more significant in terms of, if not this, then that. And if not that, then this, right? That's not going to be the 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, or what other choice do I have? I don't. It's that clarity based on price action that is that the Elliott Wave gives you that nothing else can compete with it, right? It's just, you can love it, you can hate it, right? Now that's deep for a 2, but it's certainly common for a 2 to go 786. We lost a golden, but you pick him up again. Get him right here. It's not always going to be the golden, right? Just in that pocket. One, 2. That's a sharp 2. Good looking 3, right? I mean, how do you not call this impulsive, right? You do, right? So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, going on 3. So we would need another 1, 2 in here. All right, let's go up a bit here. Let's go to this one, micro, and this one. Oh fuck, let's just change that color. Let's go blue. Okay. That's on the daily. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is there an alt? So you immediately got to look at that and go, fuck, so many 1, 2s, right? So let's double check that. Is there something else that I'm missing, right? Did I go too fast? Am I not seeing something? What am I missing here? Impulse, correct, but shallow. All the displacement is all right in here, right? So you can understand why. There's a little order block right down here. Here's the little order block, right, that precedes the fair value gap, right? That's why you want to see where the fair value gaps are, because that'll point you to the order block. Okay, well, all right, we didn't make the order block, but I tapped into that fair value gap, and I go 1, 2 again. Let's go to a 4 here. Still climbing, right? So all you're waiting for here now is to get the break of structure here, which has got to close above. We haven't quite done it yet. We got to get that close above. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, right? Can't be 3, right? So you're just kind of stuck with it, right? It's like, fuck, that's a lot of 1, 2s. But one of these has got to complete, right? So this one completes, that's good. This one completes, good. Right? I need a full, you know, what are we waiting for here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That would give us this 3. I put it in here, right? That's what you're aiming for. We don't know that we're going to get that, but that's what you're aiming for. Right now, if I get this, well then, wow, okay, I know right what's happening. That would be 3, looking for 4, all of this still to come. Actually, this has to go up a degree. 1, 2, looking for this 3 here. All of this, right? It's all still to come. What do we have to work with right at the moment? Well, I've got the first channel here that I can kind of work with here, broken. So what I'm looking for is to be able to take this up when I get that third. Tony, one of my senseis, had a nice post on X about how channeling is so critical, and that movement from, if I get it here, from the first 1, 2, as you're going for the third, right? This would eventually, you know, could be up here. Right, and this would have to move down here. That's what you're after. Can we get all of this to happen? Kuwait Finance House. No idea why this would be so bullish. Dividends here, earnings, surprise. Right, looks like it's good here. Now, the only place where people do make money with breakouts is in equities, because there's different factors driving that price. That's not where I would buy it. Okay, thanks for that one, Bisamani93. I apologize, I don't know how to say that. Take a look at SBET, Mr. Bitcoin at SBET, yeah. Okay, okay, Crypto Janice, I've got back with, what do we got here? Total3, okay. Copy link. I'm going to go here, copy link, here, come back, leave that, I'm going to copy here, and we're going to go lower right. Okay, Total3, all right. Are we going to get an alt season? I'm not as positive as I was before. I'm hoping we do. The one I'm really watching, or the few, Ripple, Solana, ETH, we'll see. But you know, the ETFs coming in, I think the Solana is pretty close. It's we got some Wyckoff in here. Oh shit! Give me a second here. This gets hard for me to see it. Okay. All right. So we're doing. This is market cap, 4 hour on the market cap, excluding Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoins. Interesting, right? So this is pure alts. Okay, so we've got, that looks like it's probably golden. Come on, man. We're doing perfect golden zone in the Total3E. You know, you'd think like, oh, come on, man. It's not going to be there. It's not going to be there, is it? Draw your own conclusions. WXY into a golden. Okay, so we're doing this chop here, right? It's like Ethereum, right? It's like, oh fuck, right? Maybe you're gonna buy that. Well, you can't buy this, but this can influence your decision about how aggressively you're going to go into alts. You're going to be in alts. You know, if you really want to, you know, factor it down, right? There's only a handful. You know, where are the ETFs going to go, right? They've got to go where there's massive amount of volume, right? Where they can bury their size. They're not going to go into, some little meme coin, right? They've got to go into where I mean, I think there's 10 stocks that are 10 cryptocurrencies that do over $1 billion a day in volume. Just 10 out of, I don't know how many. I don't even know what the number is. It's insane, the number of coins we have. I mean, 98% of them are all going to be gone in 2 to 3 years. That doesn't mean you can't make money now, but is that where you want to park your long-term capital? Maybe not. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're working on another 1 here. Well, let's see, right? So see, one thing that's a little bit unusual, right? You don't see this often in Elliott Wave, is that we'd go impulse into a 2 and then go diag into an. I mean, it's not like it's never happened. It's just a little Abby, right? Okay, so right now, what's going on here, right? I've got a big fair value gap right here. Why is the market struggling right here? Well, let's see. Do we clear out? Looks like we did. All right, so what is the algo going to do once Al is clear? All right, it's going to go to the next pivot and the next pivot. Ultimately, those are so close, I'd go to the high. All right, so we're coming in here. If we're going to complete that diag. But remember, this is impulse 2, diag 2. For me, I would let this happen, knowing that I've got structure here. I would want to see it break above and then come back. I might look there. Because this leg here, right? This is a bit weird, but if I go impulse into a shallow retracement, then diag 2, this, right? This leg here, this is not optional, right? This has to be an impulse. If that's the 2, right? Which is the premise here. We've gone right into this golden. That's the 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, something shitty. 1, 2, 3, right? So. Meaning, if this is gonna pop out of here off of this leg here? So that means if you're gonna buy it, you're gonna have to buy knowing, right? You're gonna go right into that golden, right? But they of course they break, right? One side has to break, or they go sideways forever, right? You're gonna buy it right into here. What's a possible scenario here that could play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be something to consider. Let it get on the other side. Right, that's from the top, right? Get on the other side, kill it. So he's not there fighting you, and then you might look here. Boom. Right, once he's broken, he's broken. Right, that's kind of what you need to have happen, right? You need to kill the resistance. Right, otherwise, right, most people, most retail traders, they have no idea it's there. They just trade right into it, and they go, fuck, what? Oh, that's so weird that it's not there. I thought for sure that was going. Right, just pick your spots, right? Of course, you can't trade this, but right, that would apply to whatever alt you're working on. Oh, the greatest alt season. Oh, I love this enthusiasm. Cryptogenesis. The greatest alt season of all time is starting. Final shakeout on lower time frame and then up, right? Well, I love that. I love that bullish enthusiasm. I certainly hope he's right. I want him to be right. I'm not sure, right? How many alts are going to go? I think they're fucking, I swear to God, I want to say something like many millions of altcoins. It's hard to believe, right? How many there are. I would be very selective about where you put your money in with that many altcoins. 99% or 8% of them are going to be toast. Because they have no utility, right? Until there's a utility, it's just gambling. Hey, here we go. Okay, so I got Cryptogenesis taken care of. Okay, MK 1998. Well, nice of him to say this. He says, I'm a free member. Okay, well, that's fine, man. We welcome free members posting. There aren't that many charts yet, so I hope it's okay to post one. Absolutely, man. Right. So the only request I make is when free members are posting, we just ask that free members don't just go, oh, give me your update on Solana. Right, because I want to see if you're making any effort to implement our technical approach, right? Are you trying to learn it, or are you just in here, fuck it, right? You can do that you can just sit on the live stream and put it on a request. Maybe you get to it, maybe I don't. But if you're going to come into the Discord, just show me that you're working on it a little bit, right? That's all we ask for, as opposed to just post your chart. Crypto Janice, I have a feeling I might be coming back to that. How am I doing on time? Well, that's not bad. Okay, so UnitedHealth Group. Okay. Well, number one, MK 1988. I always wonder if that's their birthday, or the birth year. You did the posting correct, right? It's a good job. So you gave me something I can work with. Okay, so this looks interesting. Okay, so I got a Weiss wave, I got an Elliott wave here, and I got an RSI, Elliott wave oscillator. Good choices, right? I like to use that for volume. Okay, let's get back to. Well, you probably noticed that I always go. I don't want the indicators influencing my TA, right? My price actions. I go there last just to confirm. So, which is probably something you've seen me do a lot. Okay, so first question here is, do we need to be in log scale? Well, kind of the benchmark would be, you got to start looking at 3 times the range, 4 times the range, yeah. Well, here's, yeah, that's 6 times the range. Okay, so we got to go into log scale so we can get a better look at it. Yeah, I would agree with you here, right? You kind of stuck with that, right? That's all you got. Wow, talk about a 3. Okay, is there some argument here that this is not completed? What else are you going to do here? What are your options here, right? We're on a weekly, so 1, 2, 1, 2, right, would be something I would consider. Let's take a look at, right, because if we are making the call here, is the intention to suggest that UnitedHealthcare has topped on this bull run? Maybe that's the intention. Right, you can probably just visually see the potential challenge for an Elliottician here. Right now, this would make 3 the shortest wave, right? So there's a new flexibility with from EWI on Elliott wave structure, and some of the rules and guidelines have been tweaked a little bit, but not that one, right? In an impulse here, 3 can't be the shortest. So I would beg to differ on that, which is ultimately more bullish. So, oh shit. So let's see if I can get that hot and get that one up here. So let's take this one up here. Well, that'll work. And let's put this one over here. This is all good here. And again, I'm not saying my count is right. I'm just telling you based on what I see here, this is how I would approach this. This looks to me like a 1, 2. Working on that 3, 4, 5. So let's get this up a degree or 2. Let's go to white. 1, 2. So actually this has to push off. So this is the 3. Working on the 4. That all goes off. I might, oh fuck, what is it? Oh fuck, now I can't think of it. Oh shit, I can't remember it now. It's not that one. It's adapt. Here it is, adaptive trend finder. Let's go to the bigger one. All right, so let's use a regression channel on log scale. Okay, so am I in a nice tight channel? Yes. And do I have a break? Yes, right. Well, sure makes me think about a potential 3. So again, just standard ops, right? I'm not doing anything out of just traditional, normal Elliott wave, right? Looking for wave relationships. Well, okay, where's the most common for a third, right? Up here, 161, right? We're second most common, right? Where we go, right? In here, and that's, quite an extension. What are we coming from? 14 to 580. It's a pretty good looking 3. Okay, we got that. So let's go back into the daily and take a look at what's happening here. Right? We got quite a sell-off here. So that looks good there. Looks good for the 4. What do you see here? Liquidity being swept, you think, maybe? All right, hallmark of a good pivot, right? Did they sweep the liquidity? Yep. Okay, now I want you off just so I can see what he's thinking in there. Okay, I got, so this is nice work here. All right, so good eye there. Gets the 1, 2, oh fuck, I was trying to change that color. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's no question about it, right? There, that's impulse. Correction, right? We swept the 4. Look what, it's just over the same shit over and over again. What do we see here? All right, big displacement. Order block at the top. Oh, I just used the whole thing up there. Oh, that'll work. All right, so we come right into it. Now, I'm moving this only so I can see where you're going. It's for a free member, right? He's not without skills, right? He knows what, you know, he's got some good Elliott training. So impulse down, like it, 3 up. And it's again, it's at least for me, for my little brain has to look at that and go, why does it stop there? Why wouldn't it go up? Why didn't it go up here and get that liquidity? There has to be a reason, because that was the easiest liquidity to get, right? You were the closest to that. You would, oh fuck, they're going to get it, right? You'd be thinking expanded B. But if they don't get it, you have to understand why, because there's always a why. And if there's not, if you can't figure out the why, do not trade it. Let's go with A here. I just put in corrections in yellow just out of habit. A, fuck, that's tricky, right? B, C. B, oh, weekly order block. Well done, right? So this MK 1988, right? He's studied. Okay, so we got a big order block sitting up here on the weekly, right? So nice use of putting the higher time frame into his lower time frame. So A, B, where are we? Okay, so this is going to push off. Massive gap down. Oh shit, I shouldn't do that. I can't see where you want to go. What a free fall that is. So one thing that whenever they're that extreme, immediately I want to measure it. Oh, did we do something technical here? Boy, that's quite a gap they put in there on that earnings. All right, oh, that was a little bit. It looks like it's. Well, that's the daily, right? So that's a little before the earnings. Boy, they did not like that. Okay, so we come 227. I don't see anything here that's like right on the money. Just out of curiosity here, again, this is just, maybe it's my obsession with fibs, but I'm always looking, right? Is there something I can see here? Not spot on. But let's go back to that. Okay, so let's dig in there. Okay, so just a free fall. I'm going to pull back just for a second. Why here? That's fucking brutal. Okay, if we have our low, God damn it, I got to get in there. What are we measuring from there? If this is the 2 and that's my 3, where's the highest probability location for a wave 4? Between the 23 and 38. Where do we go? That's why you do that. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to a 4 hour. See what he's got in here. Okay, I gotta move some of this. I can't see. I like what you're doing here a lot, but I can't see what you're doing. Okay, so 1. Okay, let's get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good 1. I like the 1. A. Oh, sexy. All right, so he's going into a WXY. Nicely done, right? Because you're looking and going, okay, oh, fuck, it didn't. Oh, what? Oh, what? WXY, right? Expand the B. Perfectly legit. Nice little finish there with the impulse. So he's looking for it lower down here. All right, so now remember the algo. This is it's a little bit of a judgment call. Algo does not care about your Elliott count, right? It's going to use dominant to dominant. What's the highest pivot? All right, so we're going to look for that right here, right? So even though as an Elliottician, you're like, oh, but that's the one. No, the algo is going to take low to high. Right, so it's looking for it down here. So his count here is just right on. We're spot on. Just right on. So here's the expanded B. Okay, so funny. It's just over and over again. Okay, so what do you think retail did up here? Oh, breakout. They're going to fill the gap for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. I guess not so sure. Okay, so we got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trying to come down here where he's got the displacement and an order block, and he's got both a 3-hour and a 30-minute order block in here in the midst of that displacement, right? So we know. So the point of doing that is that he knows, right, that looking here, this was muscle that did this. That's not retail. That's not retail moving it. So if there are unfilled orders, where are they going to be? Down below, not above, right? So you can see right here. This is, you might consider this just a bunch of liquidity here that's waiting to get broken. So you can, let's just call it liquidity, right? So there are all these lows down here because where's retail putting their stops? Where did this breakout trader, right, who's so sure it's going to go fill the gap, where's his stop? Here? Probably not. Maybe, right? But the short-term guys are going to put their stops all right here, right? So you can see why. Why would it sweep this? Grabbing liquidity, right? If they're going to take it up, right, they got to refuel down here, right? So maybe you get, as he's laid it out, I get, or maybe that's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now here's the key piece. Now you know, if you want to keep the size light, you can nibble there, but don't go full throttle there, right? You want this to come up and sweep a high here, and then that's the one. Now stop can be tight here. If you get stopped out, big fucking deal. Take the stop. Let it go again. If it's going to go, there's going to be a model along these lines, right? Because they do the same thing almost every time, right? Unless there's news or some event, right? Something that triggers that that's you know, stock specific. I've got earnings coming at the end of the month. Maybe that's part of it. But buy it now? What's your edge here? Oh, I like to buy them when they're right, you know, in the middle of a zone. That's where I like to enter. When there's no clear direction at all. No market structure, nothing I can work with here other than, well, you know, it was at the midpoint of that consolidation. If you entered this here, long or short, and you're reviewing your trades, however that this resolves, what is your reason for taking that trade? You don't have one. So why did you do it? Dopamine, right? You wanted to be in the market. You just had a hunch. Ah, fuck, I read something, and, you know, I thought it was they're gonna be huge, right? They're gonna be huge, right? They were huge. Now this is just what a great buying opportunity, right? You can talk yourself into it all day. What does the chart tell you? Because the chart, right? The technician's first assumption, right? This is what we all kind of subscribe to, is that every fundamental that can be known at this moment in time is reflected in that price, right? That's why the technician doesn't need to spend a shitload of time focused on fundamentals, right? Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying the assumption you're making as a technician is that all the fundamentals are reflected in that price at this moment in time, period. New fundamentals happen, okay, market's going to move, right? And the chart's going to tell you something has changed. Until then, there's no trade here. Nothing to do here. You got earnings. How long you got? You got the end of the month, unless, oh shit, that might be, you know, iron condor, you know, kind of thing, just to try and take advantage of the time decay of this thing going sideways for you option traders out there. But MK1988, that's a fucking great first post, especially for a free member, right? I hope you stick around, right? It's very nice work. Okay, Mr. Bitcoin. Yeah, I can take it. What is SBET? I don't know what this is. Copy link. Uh-oh. Sharplink Gaming. Okay, let's see it on Supercharts. What am I doing over here? Hi, can you check WIF one day for tomorrow, please? I'm assuming he means dogwifhat. Yes, 10x Nino. Bear dog. It's celery. Sometimes it's hard for me to do this and read. I have to look over at a different monitor to see your stuff, see what you guys are saying. Right? So I always kind of amused by it after the fact. Okay, what the fuck is this? Sharplink Gaming. Never seen it before. No idea anything. I don't know anything about it. Do I need to know? Well, I don't know. Do I? Let's take a look. Let's go out to a weekly. Well, something happened. Interesting. Gaming and crypto, just like AI and crypto, right? There's a match made in heaven, right? So it looks like they're trying to take advantage of that. I don't know what when I see this kind of wiki, makes me a little uneasy, right? I would likely just go over to a line chart and say, okay, what can I see here, right? Is that a 3, 4, 5? It looks like it might. I've got an impulse down. That's quite a rip off of that. So this news, right? I don't know what Ethereum is doing with them, but they're doing something. Here's a nice example. We're just in a line chart of exactly what I've been trying to describe to you guys, right? So we're lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Oh, does that hit? Oh shit! They didn't get a new high. Oh fuck! I missed it. Did you? Did you miss it? Here's what retail does. They go, oh fuck, I missed it. Oh, let's just go for it. They buy it right here, and then they get right because they're it's hopium, right? It's like, oh fuck, I hope that keeps going. Oh shit, man. Why did I do that? God, that was right. And then the negative cycle, right? You just start the self-punishment. It's just obscene, right? You're fucking yourself all day long because you're like, why did I? Oh, but then the little hopium, oh fuck, maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll come back. So maybe I should add a little more so I can average down my price, right? You're just compounding one mistake after the next mistake, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse, right? And then you're just in a complete clusterfuck of emotion. You cannot trade that way. You just, it takes all the fun and pleasure out of it. I mean, trading, I'm not sure fun is the right word, but all the enjoyment out of the discipline that comes from waiting for the right trade and the setup, and then, okay, good, I got paid for that discipline, right? When you just fucking go, fuck, let's buy it. You're doing something entirely, you're not trading anymore. I mean, this is for me, right? With this kind of chart, I wouldn't trade this, right? So there's obviously some sort of a news event here. This is too, it's not established enough as what I see here. That's just my opinion, right? I'm not saying this isn't fucking going to be a monster. Well, let's just see, right? Is it reacting technically? Well, that's a pretty good sign. Because you would anticipate that's going to fill that gap, right? At some point, likely to fill that gap. But now I got another gap up here, right? Which gap's going to get filled first? That's a little tricky, little spooky for me. Is it a 1? I suppose you're stuck with it, right? You probably have to do it. Oh, fuck, you don't get a great 1. Well, I guess you could probably talk yourself into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see if we can even label it. You'd have to do it here. That's a bit of a stretch. Let's go to a 1. It's a little, this is whatever this is. That's iffy, right? So I don't know how much I'd love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you'd have to be inclined to be thinking that's your A, you're doing your B. Maybe the C comes down a little bit further. If you're Mr. Bitcoin, if you're doing this, I keep what are we at? It's maybe some options. I don't know that I'd park a lot of capital there, enough to so you can get paid if you're right. But what would you think here, right? So right now, are you trading the B? Is that what you're after? Right? Are you going to try and trade the B? Well, where would we anticipate that B to go? Right? Something along these lines. Somewhere up in this range, you'd expect that B to be up here. Not no, but where do they usually go? We're going to do this, right? So what you're basically playing is the ping pong. right? For a little short term, right? You want to take it because you have a feel for it, or you're, I don't know, dialed into their world or whatever's going on with them that created this pump, or how Ethereum's involved. I don't know. But as I look at that, I got an A down. This is not enough correction for me, and it's just my opinion, on what that's worth. Right, so this is not enough, right? And it looks like a 5, right? So it doesn't look like it's done. I'm not saying you couldn't trade the B. I just, you wouldn't want, my suggestion would be not be anticipating this. Not that it couldn't happen. It's just that's not what I would anticipate. It's not what it usually does. Well, I like to trade things when I'm expecting them to do things they don't do normally. Is that what you want to do? Maybe. Weird, funky. I don't know. I might want to dig into that news. I don't understand how they're related, but something interesting happened there, and certainly turned it around. Okay, thanks for that one, Mr. Bitcoin. Full Ripper. I love that. I think Full Ripper is a new, just got his blue, I think blue belt. Or purple belt? Was that I think it was Full Ripper. You got one of the upper belts. You guys liking the green here, right? You guys, or the gray. You're liking oh shit, you're giving me a 3-minute. Okay, well, is this what you wanted here? Or you want to give me a 3-minute on Hedera hash graph? You know, the downside with going very short term with Elliott Wave, right, is you're changing the counts all the time, right? It's kind of annoying. Let's pull back here and see what your bigger picture looks like. Okay, well, I don't think there's much confusion about whether or not that's an impulse, right? The impulse off the low. All right, so remember with Elliott Wave, you know, I would tell you this is what makes it so powerful, right? We begin and we end in 5s. Okay, well, you can kind of see that in play here, right? So here's the, let's go to a 3-hour here. Well, here's where we are, right? So we get 5 up. I get 3, but I don't get an impulse. So what does that leave for me? Well, if this didn't turn impulsive, right, it's not a lot of choices. I got an ABC right here, and I do not get an impulse. And I roll. So what? There's only one thing left, right? That's the beauty of it. If not that, then this. There's no other TA approach that gives you that. It just doesn't. Oh, it's not. Oh, must be an X. Al involved? Sure make a case for it. Got right into the little pocket. Look. Okay, just, let's see. I'm going to do it. I think this will work. What's going on here? Running that liquidity? Could be. This is a little funky. You're going to have to do it like this. Into that X. One, two, three, four, right? So this is when we're going to have an extension in the 5th. Things that don't happen randomly. Right? We don't sweep that one, right? So you lean into the idea it's an impulse. Well, you might have been thinking, you could easily have been thinking, oh, fuck, man, I see it. Oh, there it is, right? We're going to truncate down here. We're going to get a double bottom. Oh. What? Oh, what? What? Oh, I see it. It's extending, right? Because this wouldn't really finish it. It would have been a real sloppy finish, right? We'd be truncating here. It's not really a clean 5. But as a 1, A, B, C into a 2, oh, now I see it. Oh, shit. Look, oh, fuck. Look. Oh, is it technical? You tell me. Get you right on there. I wonder why it stops there. I have been showing you the same thing for 6 years. At least 50,000 times. Why? Why do I keep doing it? right? Because I want to make sure you don't, that you, there's never a chart you pull up that you don't go, oh fuck, oh shit, where's Al? Oh, where is he? You see, if you thought the 5 was here, right, what you'd basically be saying is, okay, there's the low, and I'm going to buy right into the, I'm going to buy right into the golden, right? Because I'm sure the low is in. You think there were some buyers there? Yeah, of course there were, right? You think they're taking the breakout of that pivot, or that's what they're thinking? You think maybe they didn't know it was there? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 1, 2, 3 gets a little wacky here. You know, oh, that's, I see what he's doing. You're gonna have to do A, B, C into that 4. It's tricky. At least it's not perfect, right? Don't expect it to be perfect. That's a little wackadoodle there. To barely, oof. Ooh, I might work with that a little bit. I might do that a little bit differently, but let's not get caught there. Okay, so into that, that's done. That's done. What do we got here? Well, something, right? Could I be done here? Could I have been done here? I got an A, B, C into an X. I got a, oh, but you told me it begins and ends in 5s. Yeah, but that's an X, right? So I need an A, B, C here. Not a 5. I need an A. Oh shit, maybe I'll get 5. Did I get 5? Yep. How about the B? Did I just do this? I may have just done it. Okay, B is a little squirrely. Now, if it's going to break here, it's going to go up to the next pivot. And that's suspect. Let's see if they used it. If they did, I would lean on it. They did. Oops. Right to the 50, right? So they use it. So it's a pivot that I can use because the algos used it. Do we get a series? Get on there. We good? From the 2. Looks like I got a series going here. That's why they don't care if they get stopped out, because they'll take it and they'll keep trading it, right, until it breaks, right? This one doesn't even get there, right? So you got all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have all of the ingredients. Get all this out of here. I have all of the ingredients for a good candidate for my, this would be here, for my 2. Right? All the pieces are there. So I can lean into it a little bit. Like, okay, I can understand. I'm going to push that out just a little bit. Okay, now one thing interesting here, right? We've got this wick down here that does not get broken. So just a little, you just kind of want to mark that and go, it's kind of surprised they didn't sweep that. Maybe, but just the point that the market's too strong. You can see what we were after here. So we got the WXY via the ABC. That was technical. So I've got my 5 followed by a complex 3. Why, right? Let's a second here. 50 to the tick. And you've got this consolidation here, so likely this is part of it. This is fully mitigated, so it has to be this right here. This, right? Do you follow me here? This gets mitigated, right? This doesn't. You get this, like, Jesus, you could really take it down to just the nub. And you got it. Now, I'm not saying you're sitting there with a limit order for that purchase. No, that's not what I'm saying. Just saying I got to understand it. If I can't understand it, I don't trade it. I can understand it. Okay, let's get this out of there. So here's that little wick that I just drew, that gray box. All right, so I understand why it potentially has a pivot here. Now, as I come off of that, did I get a sweep of a low? Did I get a liquidity sweep? Yeah, there it is. Did I get displacement that followed it? Right? Yeah, there it is. Right, so all of the ingredients, right, that I want to look for as a candidate for a good pivot are there. Okay, well, that doesn't mean that it will be the pivot, but I've got all the ingredients here. So, okay, I can take a trade. I can consider a trade. Sure looks, oh, fuck, how are we going to do that? You're going to have to do this as an A, B, C for that expansion, right? Because this is straight down. Let's go to a 15 just out of curiosity. Oh, shit, am I going to be able to find that? Yeah, here it is. I can't do it that way. So I've got to go A, B, C into the 2. I can live with that. I don't know that I would have been sitting there to trade that, right? Because I would have been looking for this. I would have been looking for the reaction and then the pull, right? That's what I've been looking at. So welcome to trading. You're going to miss trades because they don't give you, your entry model with the criteria that you're looking for. Look, we go right to the 100. So that looks good. A, B, we're going to do that probably W, X, Y, because you got to go A, B, C here. So you can work backwards, right? So I can look at this and go, I got to do an A, B, C here, right? So thus, right, it's likely not 1, 2. So A, W, X, Y into the 2. From the low, looks like it's 50 range. Oh, it's a little skinny. Let's get the full boat up there. All right, 38. And do it here. Looks like you might be clean there. Just out of curiosity, right? I'm going to check it. Is that Al? How do we know? Not from this, from this. That's how we know it's an algo, right? You can see it taking profit. Does it go in the series? You see, let's see, I'll put that together for you. So you can see how this thing works. All right, so, whoops. This little consolidation here, right? Now that's tricky, right? Would you have gotten that too? Maybe if you were really fucking on top of it. Here's the other one. Pushing off to third target. So you've got a good candidate here for this to be impulsive. So you get this one. You make a case you have this one as well, because this one here, while you had to take some heat, this is actually the target, right? So you get it twice. 50 gets the target here. Come back. Get it again. I mean, these are not in the ballpark. These are to the tick, right? There's your golden, right? Target. Got third target here, right? So it's just a series, right? That's what the algo does, right? It'll go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It'll keep going until it'll get 3, 4, 5, 6. I've seen 8, 9, 10 in a row, right? It's just unfucking believable, right? And people don't even know that's happening. Okay, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2. It seems good. Another, probably, right? Why would you assume anything else? Another 50. They just keep going, right? It's not why it moves. I've been saying this for 6 years. It's not why it moves. It's how it moves. Now that, add in some Elliott Wave, but Al is always part of it. 1, 2, 3, right? So what are we looking for here? This is pretty straightforward. Oh, fuck me, come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you're, not what you know, but that's what you're anticipating here based off this price action. 1, 2, 1, 2. Get this one out of here. So is there a trade here now? Well, you're kind of late to that party. Let's go out to a 60. Okay, it's like immediately, the first thing that should occur to you if you did that is this, right? That's got to be the first thought you have. Well, fuck, where's Al? Because the easiest thing to forget is that he's on both sides. Because they don't care which way this goes. They couldn't possibly care less, right? As long as this algo is just going to keep cranking up. Right, so we're going up. Well, I got a 5 down. I'm working on a 5 up. I've got all of the ingredients, so we just talked about that. I've got all the ingredients here for a good hard pivot here. So if this is going to be the right count, this is a protected low, right? It should not get challenged again, or this count is going to get obliterated. But you wouldn't be buying here with a stop under this, right? You'd be maybe here. It's okay to put your stop where others are putting it, right? Because the premise is that it's a strong low, right? This should not get challenged again if this is going to continue. Doesn't mean it won't. It just means that it shouldn't be, right, per this price action. So we've got this to deal with. So if we're going to get through this, first you got to break him from the top. Is that our all-time high? No. There's R4. Oh, you got a lot, right? To be in the clear, even further, you got to get through that. You got to get up here. One, right? It could be an A. 1, 2. Oh, 3, 4, and 5 are way up here. There is definitely a use case for Hedera hash graph, right? So this is one to pay attention to. Is it ripe right now? Probably not. I love it when we bring something up, right? And it's like, oh fuck yeah, buy it right now. But that, it's just not how it works. Sometimes we get those. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, it's not 1, 2, 3. It's not 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, maybe it is 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, if this is going to be a 3, it needs a 1, 2. So don't choke too hard on the 1, 2s. This looks a little off. 3 might be the short. You got to be careful on that one. But as we come back this way, okay, where am I? Where's the next area of liquidity, right? That might go for sitting right here. So if we get up here and start to retrace, maybe you can put your 3 in up here, 4. I don't know. I'd look for something. I'd look for a completed impulse, because you've got multiples that have to complete here. This one in yellow has to complete, and this one in orange has to complete. Right, so all of that is still up here. So don't feel like, oh, fuck, I missed this. God damn it. No. You got plenty up here, plenty of opportunity. If this is going to go. So, right, but there's pieces, right, that are important to, you got to have the full picture here. Okay, so now I've got a nice 1-2 channel going, right? So I want to stay in this channel. I've got a corner pocket here. It's not golden, but I do have a corner. Right, a little steep, right, probably too steep. So that's not the right tool for the job here, right, because it's going to have to go vertical here. So the channel is a better fit, better geometry tool. Let this go. Now you got an inside channel here as well. Right, this one is in the process of breaking. We're going to this one. All right, so use that channeling. Now it helps here when you get into that. Oh, let's do something bright. Oh, fuck it, that's good. Good enough. I thought I wanted to. Oh, there you go. Okay, so now I've got the internal impulse that I'm tracking, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, go, 3, 3, 4. Looking for that 5 of that 3 to get that 4, to get that 5, to get that 3, to get that 4. You got to watch this one. How am I doing? 115, pretty good. Okay, full ripper, nice post, right? Good one. I think I've got a little bag of this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, that looks solid. Okay, all right. So now let me get. That's all from the members. Now we. Oh, wait, I had somebody here. WIF daily. Somebody wanted the WIF daily. Okay, let me get. Oh shit, I have it somewhere. What did you want? WIF on the daily. Well, where do you want it? Here, let's go to the aggregator. So it's not. Assuming y'all see that. I can't make this up. Well, I got an impulse. No, I have to do it over here, right? You have to do it here. Looks like. Because I've got an impulse here. Into a double. Golden. Well, let's see. Let's hang on a second. This is the 1, 2, 1, 2. I need a 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. W, X, Y. I am stuck with it. The 4's got to be here. Oops. So that's not as good news. Let's see, because there's a workaround here. Because what you really want is an ABC here. It sure looks like 5 swings. Let's check. Hang on. That's a fucker. I think. Excuse me. I think you're stuck with that because the internal count is here. You're gonna have to use this to keep that a tight 3. But, you know, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, as I view it. Here's the lunar shot, right? The 1, 2, 3. It's a bit of a force fit if you're trying, because you want to, right? You want to find a 3 in here, so this can be ABC. It's kind of bad news if it's not, right, for the bull. Jesus, this is somebody's work from a prior. Oh, let's go over here. I'll take that off. A. Well, you know, I'm not a huge meme coin guy. I know that money is made there. Well, you got a possibility here. You could do it this way. I don't like it as much, right? Because you need that internal impulse for the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go to a 4-hour here. 1, 2. You need this for the 3. So that's likely your 4. And you got one more kick up here. Oops. God damn it. Come here. Put that 5. Come here. Can you get that, right? Because this is, all the ingredients are just perfect for this to be a 2, right? It couldn't be any better, right? It's right to a golden zone. You've got an order block here that's hard to miss. Oh, where's the... I tighten that up. Can you get a sharp into that is the question. No, maybe. There's an A, a B. You might be able to, right, for the WIF bull. That's not a great. It sure looks like a 5, right? So, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you might have to extend it. Yes. Well, the other thing to consider here. Oh, come here. Let's go back to 1. Boy, I would just be nervous. Maybe you can trade this right here. I wouldn't chase it myself. It's kind of deep for a 4. You can understand why, right? We can make sense of, okay, why? There's the order block, right? So it's coming, and then there's the displacement. But you're saying, okay, I'm going to get an ABC into that, and I think it's a bit of a force fit. I'm not saying don't trade it. I'm just saying, okay, if you're going to have a stop on it. God, you almost can't get this thing to finish. Oh, Jesus. Let's go to a 4 here. I should be getting out of here. It looks like there's an extension in the first. Right, so you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like your 3, 4, 5 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 1. Let's see if we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have to do it 5 right here. Whew, that's I kind of don't love this one. One, 2, 3. Jesus, I can't say I like that. You got to go A, B, C here into that 4. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, 5. 3, 4. There's your final impulse, right? It doesn't quite jive, right? If you're applying Elliott Wave, it doesn't quite work because you'd be looking for this to be a B, A, B, but I've got an impulse there. So it could be you're working on it's possible you've got an A and you're working on an A, B, C before. So there's money to be made on the upside here if this is going to hold. If it's going to hold, well, you could probably trade that. That's not a great launch right there. Let's go back to a 1. That's not what you'd hope, right, on your launch, that you'd have all of this overlap. 1. What's your best case? 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'd be damn sure that this gets broken. Can't say I love it. I think that's a ripe banana. I mean, a green banana. I don't think it's ripe yet. You got all of this. You're stuck in all of this. Yeah, I'd want to see it clear out of that and head up towards that 5. Right, so that's a hurry up and wait. Like it, right? People like to trade this thing. Okay, hang on. Okay, how am I doing? All right, I got 10 minutes. Okay, so this is to the X people, OM. Crypto mantra. These guys got hammered. Well, what's the first thing you're going to do here? I don't even have to do it. Coincidence? Probably, I'm sure. Just a coincidence. Oh, let's get... where's my little... That's a mighty big imbalance there. You got a lot more than that. All of that on the way back up. There's more down here. Sell it. Buy it. Stay away. Well, that's what else are you going to call this? Jesus. I mean, it's not corrective. You come right to the 618. What would you anticipate here? Likely, right? So that's a Okay, well, I'm not saying you can't trade it, right? But I wouldn't be careful about assuming you're going to do that. Well, that's a daily. Let's go to a 4. I sure would. Oh, fuck me. I sure would want to see some pivots being broken here. Great example. Great, right? I do this a lot. Is that it? Oh, that's it. No. Oh, no. Oh, that's it for sure. What is that? It? Oh, no. Gotta be. That's gotta be it. No. Fuck no. That's it. That's it. Right? You just can't buy them just because it's at a location. The price action has to support it. What do we see here right now? Squeeze. Right, the indecision. What are we doing? Are we going to keep going down? Well, the only thing you know here is that from that contraction will come expansion. You have no idea which way it goes, but the odds would be that we're consolidating after that massive free fall. Now you'd want to see maybe some open interest increase here. You'd want to see some signs of life here. But as far as I'm concerned, that's watch and wait. That's not time to buy it. Something, right? You got to get something to give you a little. Okay, I can buy it now, even if you just took just this little channel, right? What's the price action rule, right? Thank you, Al Brooks, right? We break a channel, that's not when you buy it, right? The break of the channel sets up the push to a new low. Right? You would be shocked how consistent that is, particularly for day traders, right? If you're in the futures market, as I am every day, it's shocking how consistent that is. Okay, what was the other one here? Then I hit, CRV, didn't we do CRV? Let's see. Oh, we did CRV. Oh, I use the aggregator here if I can. Since we're not, fuck me, maybe I can't. All right, let's go to, well, I think we looked at this last one. One of the guys set me straight on this. How significant a player, right? This has a real use case. Curved out. Okay. Okay, right. So I almost don't need to do anything else because I can see this. Right, we begin and we so there's your entry model. Right, we're sweeping lows, yes. So you could do it this way, right? All of this liquidity swept, and then we get displacement, and we come back. Looks like it might be far for a golden. Yeah, it was. All right, so you're not going to get them every time. You got all of this down here, this wick. It makes, when I see something like that, when it breaks that sharply, usually that means that something from above was completing. So, is it this one? Do you see that? There's literally tagging the 65 and going right here. Right, that's how we know it's an algo. Right, tick to tick. Right, so that's, and then likely something else was completing here as well. That's why you didn't get the good hit there. Swing 50 target. They get it again. Nope. You got the 50. Oops, let's see, do I have it on the right spot? Yeah, we did. So here's the 50, we didn't get to target. Right, so this one, right, and then it breaks the other side, right? So again, you trade them until they fail, right? There's the fail. You think they care? No, they do not care. Okay, all right, so let's get this out of here. This is from an old one. Yeah, that's a bummer. So you see why I say that? Because your thought would be, oh shit, oh I got the 1, I got the 2, I got the 3. Maybe not. Right, that's too far for a 4. Now, could it be the 4? Yeah, I suppose you could have a diag here. Oh, come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a daily. Let's go to the 4. Is there anything I can latch onto here? Well, first place, right? This is all just a straight shot, right? So you don't want to try and break that up, right? This is self-contained. So sadly, what that kind of implies is, oh, well, there's an impulse. There's the correction. There's another impulse. Uh-oh. Not what you wanted there, right? You wanted that. What you wanted was the 1, 2, 3, right? You had all the, it's all there, right? It's just sitting there like, oh God, look how perfect this is. Oh my God, right? Oh, it was, right? Take the stop, reevaluate, right? You don't know that that's going to be an impulse. Oh God, that's annoying when I can't do it. Why are we stopping here? Right? Isn't that the first question you'd have to ask yourself? Why do we stop here? Oh, is it that fair value gap? I don't know what the answer is, but I can guess. Secondary? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I got a completed 5 here. Here's the secondary, and that broke, so you'd have to be back here. Here's the 5. I have to do that as a WXY, because what you've got to finish it here is this. That finishes it. Now I get a bummer, right? You didn't get what you wanted, right? You had all the ingredients. Well, you're gonna have to do this. Oh, hang on. Well, it would ultimately have to be this. Why? Well, I shouldn't phrase it that way. It doesn't have to be anything, right? But right now, looking at that, if that's going to be a 3 after all of this, I'd be inclined to think W, and then I've got A, B, C still to come. With this being, you know, kind of the, well, we looked at that. It's a little sloppy here, but that's just wick. Right, remember, has to has a close above to kill Al. You got to get a close above. We don't get it, right? Right? We don't have to wonder what happened there, right? We know what happened there, right? It's liquidity, right? They're just sweeping the liquidity there. So we go golden zone to golden zone, right? Sooner or later, one of them has to break, right? So you have to, based on what's come before it, right? The context. This year looks like it's it's corrective. A, B, C. It looks like it's corrective there. This looks pretty solid as a. Well, let's go to white. As a B, because I do not get an impulse. Why does it stop here? Right, that should, at any moment you pull up a chart, why here? And then start looking, right? Once you find the answer, oh, you got one of the pieces of the puzzle as to whether or not there's a trade there or not. Right now, who's got the ball? Bulls have the ball, but we have a bearish scenario. So one possibility here, if this is A and this is B, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? To give you the C, to give you the Y. You probably got a corner here. Down here, on a correction, I usually would go off of a shift. Looking for something down here. Could be a channel, right? That's all a modified shift is just a channel. Right, you guys know that, right? If I draw it, modified shift is a channel. Where do we stop, right? Failure to make the median line sets up a move greater than or equal to, right? It's not the same thing with a shift, right? That's for the original recipe, but you can understand why we don't get the median line here, why we stop. Okay, did I get everybody? No, one more, link. Okay, link is my last one. Link. Where is the aggregator? There we go. We'll use this one. So it's not exchange specific. Okay, let's pull. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Without even looking at it, what do we see here? Right? break of structure. What happens after a break of structure? Now, what do we know? What do we anticipate? Break of structure. How did the breakout traders do up here? Not so well. Oh, fuck. What is all this shit I got on here? I don't even know. It's left over from old live streams. Oh, yeah, this has been kind of disappointing. All right, so here's all that we've been over this many times, right? Here's the pre-election, right? We get a crypto-friendly admin. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. So we get 1, 2. We want that up there. Oh, let's do minuet here with blue. Okay, so 1, 2. Technical. Oh, kind of ugly. Do we understand why, right? So that's just wick going through. That was probably event driven. Here's the fair value gap that it reacted to. All right, so ABC, it could have been that was something completing on the other side, right? It's always the thought to, no, it's kind of gnarly on either side. Okay, so is this a 1, 2, 1, 2? Doesn't really look like it, does it? All right, so it's a bit of a bummer. Well, we get something impulsive here, but it's, boy, what a shit show at the beginning. So you'd have to be considering this as one possibility. I suppose there's an outside chance that this is a WX. We're doing a Y here. That's awful high for an X. But it's possible, right? Because this is clearly an ABC. You know, we've got a pretty good looking ABC here. Oh, I take that back. Hang on. That might have to be a WXY into itself. Why? Because this is a 3. Be very unusual for that to be another X. Can't say I like it. So the Elliott's going to leave you a little frustrated. This happens. Can we even get that fucker to go? Oh, fuck. Whoops. I didn't want to do that. This is an ugly start. Even if we come over here, let's see if we can work off of this. Does that fly? I need deep for a 2. Well, the Elliott is pretty ugly in here. Again, same thing, right? When I see it going that deep, that tells me likely somebody on the sell side got it. Oh, there. Right, if I get that right on there. Right, bang, bang, right? So that's why we're going that deep, because the sell side won that battle. Okay, do we have all the ingredients down here? Well, I got an order block right here. And it's not great, but there's a little fair value gap in there. Actually, if you can see it right there. 1 WXY. Yep, that's what you'd have to do. WXY. Well, see, I'd probably stay away from this because it's just kind of ugly, right? Until we swept that, right? So give me some. This is okay. Am I doing a 1 there? Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, have to be here. So you'd have to do it. Oh, fuck, come here. 1, 2. You're going to have to do it here. 3, 4, 5. Because I got an impulse here. And I've got a 3 here. So this would have to be WXY into that 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Don't love it. I'd let this do what it's going to do here. I'd like to see it sweep that just to confirm, okay, here's a little liquidity grab that's already happened. So this is already getting swept, or we're in the process of getting swept. Bring that up here. Imbalances. Why here? Is Al involved? Nope, he's broken. What's the algo going to do? It's going to go to the next one. I want to see, right? So 1, 2, I need that 3 to kick. So, okay, maybe that would be a shallow 2, although A, B, I wouldn't force something here. It's not really, there's not really something great there. Okay, this was decent, but for all we could tell here, this could be A, B, C coming down here. That's where I'd like it. You know, if you're thinking discount premium, right? If this is the range, right? You're buying discount or premium here. You're buying full premium. I want to pay as much as I can possibly pay. Within that range, I want to get the worst possible fill I can, right? So I'll go ahead and buy it. It could be ABC coming down here. Where do we want to buy it? We want to buy it down here. So that's a hurry up, and I'll wait on that. I know. It's like, the fuck is God, it looks like it's going to go, man. I let it go. You know, that's always the struggle between your ears, right? If it goes, oh, fuck, that fucker on YouTube told me not to buy that. I promise you, right, that will come back into support. Always better to wait for it rather than chase, right? You never want to be chasing, right? It almost always will lead to poor decisions, because immediately you know you did something you shouldn't have done, right? So you're going to be much quicker to get out early, you know, to take a tiny little bit of profit, right? If it was going to go, right? You just distort your mind so badly. You don't want to just never want to do it. It's never worth it. So that's a wait for me. I'll wait for that to show its hand. Okay, guys, that's all I got. CRV link. Okay, link is a little disappointing, right? It always seems like it's about to go, and then it just fucking won't seem to do it. Maybe. Let's let that get better. All right, I got to get out of here. I could go all day. All right, guys. So does the sound seem to be less strong than usual? Oh, I could have been. Is that better? I was kind of away from the mic. Sorry, whoever that was. Who was that? That was Vincent. Vincent, sorry. I forget how close I am to the mic. All right, hopefully that's better. All right, guys, I got to speak. I could go for 4 hours. I'm going to wrap it there. Thanks to all of you guys that hang out here. I always appreciate you. Thanks to all the members for posting. I hope you pick up a little nugget or an idea or something, or just something to remember next time you're at the chart, right? Do I want to pull the trigger here or do I not, right? There should be no doubt in your mind. Oh, I see it. I've got it. I understand the entry. I've got it. I see the stop. I see the target. Should be all very clear in your mind. And then you don't sweat it. You take the trade, and what will be, right? If you're stopped out, fuck it. Okay, I got stopped out. If you're going to get in the ring, you're going to get hit.